Alright. So, we have all sorts of stuff going on. So, that becomes a 45. So yeah, we've been a little bit busy taking care of stuff off camera. It looks like we have exited hose mode. That is rather awesome. And that leaves that open. Alright. So what we are doing is we are finishing up skinning some of this stuff. And then that should be alright. Okay, I think that's everything, right? So basically what we're doing is I'm just finishing up getting some of the skinning work done. We're gonna have to come back and revisit some of this. But we do now have most of the external skinning done. We've got all of our main cannons online. Our secondary cannons are mostly online. No ammo in the system yet, but we do have quite a few of the thrusters online now, as you can tell. So we do have a bit more to do on that regard. I may actually need to queue up a few more thruster components, actually. Now we are using the tiered thruster mod. Oh, Red, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Did you have a good weekend? Alright, so like I said, we are using the tiered thruster mod. So I just said it again, didn't I? Tiered thruster mod. So we have 12 thrusters for retro on this portion. Now I'm actually building the ship in 3 sections. The first section, which is this piece here, this is actually the forward section. This is going to be our main weapons section. I've got a bunch of stuff tucked away inside as far as like build and repair kits, and we've got some cargo up here. Hey Sharky, how you doing, buddy? And what we're going to do today is we're going to start working on the second section, which is the hangar module. Now, this thing, I have been basically I've been working with the build system for, I want to say, about 6 hours, maybe 7 hours, since the last live stream on Friday where we started this process. It's a lot of material. Now I did go out and do some exploring because I ran out of platinum, so I had to go find some more. Our giant excavation system here do we have? All right, so we went out and we harvested something like 500,000 platinum or 1.5 million platinum. I don't remember. I know I've got more, so look at this. As I create, and we have another 770 in the storage. So we're not going to run out of platinum anytime soon. Hey Damon, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Oh, I'm actually running into a situation that even with all of our manufacturing systems, all of our assemblers fully upgraded with speed modules, I am running out of parts. So yeah, but it's definitely worth it. This thing is going to be brutal when it's done. All right, let's go ahead and we can drop those. I want, they're called gates, yeah. And I think this is the one I want. I think. Trying to see, is that the one I want? I can't. There we go. Yes, that is the one I want. Alright. Now, the reason I want these is these are actually a hangar door mod, and hopefully I have enough parts to finish these off. I'm actually doing pretty good, Red. It was an interesting weekend. Got to spend a lot of time with the family, so I can't complain too much. Doesn't do any good anyway, right? Oh, alright, so let's go ahead and get... That's what I want. The one that I want. Alright. Oh, one too many. Alright. And what we're going to do is we're going to finish this beast up, hopefully today. At least this portion of it. This should be done. And you go there. We're going to flip you like so. There you go. Alright, and we're going to let that thing basically run for a while. We're going to get some of this stuff figured out, hopefully. We'll come back and put another piece in there. I just want to make sure we have all of this stuff done and in place. But yeah, like I said, I was basically I spent all day yesterday in a different part of the state. Ah, crap. Gimme. Yeah, I was out with the wife's side of the family yesterday. One of her nephews had his birthday, so spent the day with the family celebrating that. And when I wasn't doing that, I was basically letting the game run so that I could get stuff built. It's crazy. Now I only have a small reactor on this thing, and we have a little bit of an access way over here. Let me show you the internals here, because I know people are going to ask, what does this thing look like inside? So inside, this is what you have. We actually went ahead and put 2 of the large shield generators in. Those things are charging very, very slowly because, like I said, we only have the one small reactor. Oh, no worries, Red. We have a couple of gyros in place. I'm actually going to be, before I forget, let's add more of those. Because we want all of those. We want all these to be basically in here so that they are done and out of the way. Let's go ahead and grab a few more of these. There you go. And then each section, I'm going to have a little bit of redundancy. So where we have 2 shield generators here, which have actually been 50% upgraded because of the lack of space that we have. I'm not able to get these things in here and have enough room to fully upgrade them. So we've only got about 36 million shields between the 2 of these. Actually, 72 million shields between the 2. Let's turn that off so I can see. I had to make a little bit of a coloration in there so I could see where I was going to get in and out of the place. But yeah, so the first section is basically mostly done. And then just to show you how this thing is going to work, let's go. So we now have gravity generators in place. If I turn on the gravity generators and turn off my my jetpack, I'll get flung out of here at a pretty good clip, actually. So what will happen is we're going to set this up with a holographic projector, which is actually behind the merge block here, and the holographic projector will have our shot that'll be fired from it rendered here. Once it's here, we can turn these welders on, and that will weld up the item. When we're ready to fire, we basically just make sure the hatch is open, and we turn off the merge block, and the rest of it is handled pretty much automatically. It'll just fire out of here at a pretty high rate of speed. Now, because of the fact that these systems are ridiculously delicate, we've got the blast doors that we just put in. In fact, I want to close those up really quick. Control panel, we are going to go look for the gates. Actually, we want to change that name. We'll get rid of this one. Right now everything's open, so we're going to close those. And one of the reasons I wanted to use this mod is not only is it... Did I... not... Let's try that again. Alright, let's check that again. Why are you not closing? Do we just not have enough power? So these things actually take twice the power of a regular hangar door, but they also move a little bit more than twice as fast, so I may just not have enough power because of all the thrusters and everything. Let's turn the thrusters off. Don't care if they're in here, don't care if they're in here. Let's turn those off. And see if that worked. Nope. Why are you not closing? It can't be... Well, let me check to see how much power that little generator is putting out, because it may be just that between all of the systems, it's just way too much. Let's see here. Let's clean this stuff up a little really quick. Turn everything off. We want gun shields to be turned on. We want those to close. I just want them closed. So why are you not closing? Everything's welded up. I'm guessing it's just not enough power to power the things. Oh well. It's fine. Is there anything that is still turned on? Okay, so we're gonna drop those out of there. Leave those on there, but we don't want them on the configuration. We don't want them in there. Oh, you know why? It's because all the gyroscopes. Those little things are 30 watts times a whole lot of them. So do that. That. Oh. All right. Don't want them there, don't want them there. Let's turn those off. And you guys aren't taking any power. You guys are taking a little bit of power, but I'm not going to worry about you. Oh, helps if I do what I set off to do here. We want... Let's see, did you shut now? Yeah, there we go. It was the shield generators. Okay. So you can see there's a little bit of space here, but I'm not really that worried about this portion. I mean, I can always take this out and just square it off. Hell, I could even take this back a layer and have it basically have it start right here instead. But we're not going to worry too much about it. So for now, it works. I may end up just coming back and extending this out a little bit. Alright, so yeah. Now comes the fun part. Need to go grab a few more steel plates. Hopefully we have some waiting for us. Well, you know what I have to say about that? Hobbits should know better than to be in Mordor. Any Hobbit that goes to Mordor should know what they're getting into. Alright. And... there we go. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to get a merge block going. And then from the merge block, we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 from the merge block. Because we want we're gonna build a hangar space. And we want it to be roughly, it might come out a little bit further. If we go 13, what's the biggest we can get those gates? So we can go 1 by 5, so we can go 10. That's actually like that's pretty much exactly what we need. Okay. So we're gonna get rid of these, we're gonna grab these. So if we flip you like so. So that will allow us to have a fairly large hangar door. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and build out our framework with light block. Basically the same thing we did before. Get rid of the gyro. We want merge block. Let's go ahead and grab that. We're going to drop down here a little bit. And we need to turn off the build and repair kits here. Alright. Now I did that because I don't want these things welding stuff up again. It likes to weld things up when I'm trying to get things built. So we're gonna go right about right about there should be good. And I need interior plates as well because I'm gonna need block, and then we want, yeah. I need to grab a couple of interior plates. A couple hundred interior plates. Grab those. Grab a few of those. Look at that. Perfect. Two hobbits running loose, huh? Keep us appraised of that situation, Sharky. Alright, so we said from here we're going to go out 12, right? So it's 1, 2. We need to add 10 more on this side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to add 10 more on this side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Awesome. Okay, now this is the wall. This is where the attachment point is going to meet up with the attachment point there. And we know that we want to have the hangar pretty much center line. So we're going to go back a little bit. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's go 11, just because I like having an odd number here. How many was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let's make sure this is going to... So we want it to meet in the middle. So if we go there, and on the other side we can do the 1x4s. 1, 2, 3, 4. So does that 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 2. Alright. There we go. Okay, so this will be the entrance. I don't know, that's kind of a small entrance. I was kind of wanting that to be a little bit larger. What we might do because I need it to be big enough to get utility vehicles through it. Huh. Because what I could do, and I might do this actually, is, okay, so you're 1x4, yours should be 1x3, 1x5. Yeah, I think what we'll do is we will end up doing a couple of small, like a utility hangar. 1 or 2 utility hangars, and then a couple of fighter hangars. So let's go ahead and take this off of here. And we will place there. Know what we can do? Let's go ahead and bring that back. And what we'll do is we'll do this. Two, 5. We're gonna do the same on this side, and what we're gonna do, this will be kind of our like our maintenance area. Maybe we'll have our connectors or something here, or maybe even a hidden weapon system. We'll see. We'll figure out a use for it. I like having small hangar spaces like this sometimes, because then we can put a like maybe escape pods or something in here. Or maybe I'll just hide a gun or something. Alright, so we do that. This is towards the forward section, so this will be supply area. Now this is just a getting an idea setup. This is not going to be the final build. What I will do is I will come back and replace all of these with the hard armor, or the heavy armor blocks. Hey, congrats, Red. How you liking Medieval Engineer so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if we put these, oh, there we go. Two, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. See. Alright, you know what? Just take that out. And we'll flip this a little bit. So that's going to go that way. Oh, you know what I can do? I can make this like an elevator area. See? That's what we can do it. Nice, Sharky. Very nice. Let's see what the next song is. Yeah, it works. You know what? Welders aren't on. Let's go ahead and just do it this way. Because we're going to have to come back and grind all of that out anyway. May as well just go ahead and build it from the ground up with it. Makes it a little easier. It's a little less monotonous for me. Alright. See, a lot of times I'll build with the regular armor blocks, just so I can get an idea of what I'm trying to build out. But once I have that framework down, I really don't need to do that anymore. Come on. And what I'm doing is I'm replacing them section by section just so that we can not have all sorts of debris floating around out here. All right. And this is going to carry back here. Do this on both sides. And I'm out of... Am I actually out of blocks? No. That was random. Okay. Are you actually... Did I separate... Ah, crap. I separated it by accident, didn't I? Yep. Separated it by accident. Alright. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention when I took that one in the middle out without thinking about it. See, I just said I did not want giant chunks of debris floating around in here. Yes, you liking the Medieval Engineer so far, Red? It's a good game. You know, I make jokes about it all the time, but it's actually a really good game. Alright. So let's go ahead and do this one more time. And since we're doing this, let's go ahead and just say you're the middle. How many was that? I lost count. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Let's go 7. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. So what we'll do is, instead of having those little hangars, we'll just go ahead and do the come on, there we go. We'll just go ahead and do the larger hangar. So that's 14. Hey, Bloodbane, awesome! Thank you very much for the bits, buddy. Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Just working on a little bit of a hangar build here. Now I need to remember to actually count these out. So we 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now the hangar mod that I am using, or the hangar block mod that I am using, is actually the armored gate mod. 2, 3, 4. I have really kind of fallen in love with this one for larger hangar builds, mainly because of the way that the modder built the blocks themselves. You know, they took the baseline wireframe for the regular gates, and they got rid of the texturing on it, so you get this nice smooth thing. Have I seen the new Arc expansion? Yes I have. Arc Aberration. I'm almost tempted to play it because the mod is absolutely brutal. Everybody that I've talked to has said basically, if you thought Arc was too easy before, play Aberration. Now, the one thing about it is that it is a paid upgrade. It's a paid DLC, and I think it's currently $20. I may be wrong on that, but I think it's $20 currently. Okay, so that's going to be there. We need that to be... So that's actually going to come up a bit. How many blocks tall is this thing? So we want the hangar entrance. We want that hole to be like at this level. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 9 over, we said 7, so that's actually basically where we want it. Okay. So from there, we're going to go, if that's going to be our level for the entrance, 1, 2, merge block needs to come up 3. Okay. So right now, the merge block is right here. So the merge block is going to move to... We said 3, right? Whoop. That would have been a headache. All right. Because that's the hangar, so it's going to go 1, 2, and yeah, so 3. Third block up from that level. And then that means there's going to be a block there. be a block there. We're going to take this block out really quick. Worse than Scorched Earth. Yeah, Scorched Earth was a lot of fun, though. I actually like Scorched Earth. That was, the one thing I didn't like about Scorched Earth was the timing on the release of that mod, or that DLC pack. Because it was still so early in the development cycle that, you know, the selling DLC... Yeah, I was just, Now they've actually hammered out a lot of the problems that I had with the game, so I'm a little bit more forgiving with it. And we said it was 9 to a side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hey, no worries, Red. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That should now match up with that. And this is going to come straight back. Now, what I'm doing is I'm basically trying to get an idea of how much room I'm going to have. And that matched up perfectly. Okay. So that portion there is going to be the front of the hangar module. We have the actual hangar bay area. And then this is going to come up a few blocks above this. And I'm thinking, like I said, I think what we'll do is we'll try and keep it to the same general shape as this. So we won't really have large ships in there. We're just going to build a couple of smaller utility craft and have those parked in here. So has this game gotten better, or does it still have problems? It's Space Engineers, man. Space Engineers will always be Space Engineers. They have been trying to get rid of Clang. Some of the changes help, some of them don't. This last pass through caused a few issues for a few people, so it's all good though. Did I take that back too far? Alright, count this off here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. That makes 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So how did I do that? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, I took that. Did I not take that one out far enough? Hold on, need to change music here. Yeah, that works. That's better. Okay. So let's count this out here. So that's starts in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 7, so 8's going to be there. Yeah, that works. So yes, this one is one block too far. It's a block too far. There. Alright, so now we can do this. I tell you, man, I keep getting tempted to spawn this thing into creative mode to lay out the groundworks for it, and then to bring it back over into survival. Oh, can't change physics. That's a good question. I'm not sure who got the holiday emotes. For those who don't know, if you cheer enough in a single cheer, you unlock emotes for the chat. And I believe Bloodbane actually unlocked all 3. So now, if you're one of the people who do the cheer, you automatically get everything that you unlock, and then a random number of people, 1 or more people in the chat, will get those emotes to use today as well. So, but I don't know what the holiday cheer emotes are, what the commands for them are. So, Okay, we don't need you. We want you. Nice, Bloodbane. Somebody's been busy this week. Alright. Alright, so that's going to be there. We're going to go ahead and swing around, do this one. Nope. Right. Oh, very cool, Blue. Very nice. And for those who are joining us, welcome to the stream. We're just having a little bit of fun today, working on the second module of a 3-module build. First module is up there, as you can see. It's currently under weld. That's going to be our main gunnery section. We're working on the hangar section, and then the third one will be our engineering and manufacturing section. Hey Shadow Trace, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Happy Monday. I don't think it's Tuesday for anybody yet, but if it is, happy Tuesday instead. Alright, so we're going to bring this out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Let's bring that out 2 more. 25 is a nice good good count for me. We're going to bring that up to, let's see, the merge block was 3 from here, so yeah. We're going to go ahead and drop this in. And what I'm doing is I'm basically getting things set up so that we'll be able to bring the third section into the same area. Make it a little easier for piping if we keep all of this stuff standardized. There you go. And then what I'll be able to do is I'll be able to run the piping and things either up and over or around the edge. That way it keeps it out of the line of fire. We'll be able to keep it somewhat protected. How many blocks back did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Now, I don't know if I'm going to make these into additional hangars or not, so... Oh. And thank you, Bloodbane. I appreciate that, man. Have I heard from Suzumi lately? No, actually. The last time I heard from Suzumi was not quite a month ago now. I know he was playing a lot of, I think he was back in the Mech Warrior, but he was doing a lot of like the wargaming stuff. I think he was over on World of Warships. I know he's been hanging out in Jingle's chat for a bit, so... Or I think he was hanging out in Jingle's chat for a while. Hopefully everything's okay. I know health issues, something that has been impacting everybody lately, so... Did he? Ah. I know he was fed up with Mech Warrior after the whole... because they basically double billed him or something, like I think, for one of the purchases. And gave him the runaround on trying to get a refund for basically an illegitimate purchase for what they, for what they did. So they kept claiming system problems, but then wouldn't refund him for the problems that they created, which is unfortunate. But I think that was before the whole split on their side for a company. For those who don't know, the company, was it Piranha Games? I think it was. And then the company that was releasing it, there was a publishing company and a development company, and they used to be the same group. It was two groups within the same company, and they eventually split and went their own ways. And around that time, there were all sorts of system problems because the company that was basically the publisher kind of screwed them over. All of their code base, like for their systems and processing systems and stuff, were all done through that one company and kind of screwed it over. Yeah, PGI. But what made it really bad was that they screwed over the users, and that's something that I just can't forgive companies for doing. All right. Let's go ahead and get this going here. There we go. All right, so this is basically most of our hangar space here. This is going to go... All right. Now what I'm doing is I'm just laying out the largest portion of the walls, just giving an idea of where are we going to have walls at in here. There. Right. You have about 80 mechs now? Nice! Well done. What am I making? I'm effectively making a battleship. It's actually going to be a battle carrier. The main weapons array is up there. We've got 12 of those lovely guns, 6 on the top, 6 on the bottom. A bunch of anti-air, anti-missile defense turrets, which are those little ball turrets there in the middle, which is also mirrored on the other side. That's actually the lower section there. That's the underbelly, and that's the that's the top. As you can see, we've got a couple of extra guns on the top, and the whole thing is set up around the idea of being a broadside brawler. You can get about 45 off of center. So you can get about 45 elevation on that with about, I want to say 10, somewhere around 10 degrees depression. So you've got a fairly decent arc of fire, and then you've got about 140 degrees on the travel. You get about, I don't know, actually I guess it's closer to about 100 degrees because you get about 50 degrees on off center there. Now 5 people at least somewhat playing medieval engineers. So, and then the big gun on the front of this thing is actually a gravity cannon, so. Alright. So what we're doing right now is the second module, which is our hangar space. And I just ran out of power, so let's jump up here really quick. Get some power back in our system here. So yeah, this is the forward section, and what we'll end up doing is once everything is done, you see there's 3 engines outlying on the side of the ship, those will come off. They're there right now because I don't have any reverse propulsion for it. Or I should say, I don't have any primary propulsion for the ship. So we'll need to replace those eventually. Now the hangar piece is actually going to have... I'm trying to decide if I want to do nacelles on this, or if I want to just have the big engineering section, which will have all of the major engines on it. Which I might do, because that gives me more clearance on the midship for replacing things, so I don't have to worry about the thrusters burning them off. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Yes, Bloodbane. It's the ship is full 6 degrees movement capable, so you can roll and, you know, offset stagger stuff. But I just wanted really big guns. It's been a while since I've built something that was a true, like, capital style battleship. Unfortunately, I have very limited space to build in, and I didn't want to bring in one of the shipyard mods, so we built a shipyard. We've got the build and repair bots all like ringed around the entire thing. So once we have our floor plan done, we'll be able to come in and revisit things. Alright, so ships are going to come in. We're going to have docking here, docking here. Let me see. Is this big enough for this thing? If the space is big enough for this, that's all I'm really worried about. Because I want a large ship capable like this. So let's see if we can get this thing in there. I know I could probably just count the blocks, but I just want to make sure that we're able to get this thing through it. Let's turn the spotlights on so you can see a little bit better. It's off a little bit. Are you gonna fit is the question. See, the thing is that large drill bit is like 7 by 7. So this will not fit through. So if we build something a little bit smaller... Alright. It was worth a try. Alright, let's swing this beast around here. And we're going to take her back over, dock her back in there because she's got all of our extra platinum on her. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and, once we get her docked up, get back to work on this hangar base here. How close were we on that? Not too bad. That should be pretty damn close, actually. There we go. I might have to pull forward just a little bit. There we go. Alright. I didn't tap that, right? Hold on. Okay. Alright, just making sure I didn't tap it by accident. Wouldn't be the first time. Alright, so we've got that. We're gonna need to place... So let's go ahead and get rid of these for right now. We're gonna do blast doors. Now we use the blast doors for landing pads because they have a higher durability because there's so many steel plates involved with them. They actually tend to be a little bit better than the heavy steel blocks, and they also tend to be a little bit cheaper. So you'll see me use these a lot for landing pad areas because I like the way they look, and like I said, they tend to be a little bit more resilient. I don't have the damage blow through like I do on the heavy armor blocks. There we go. There we go. And what we'll do with these is on the exterior portion of this, we're actually going to have, let's see here. I'm just going to do one right here. And we want you to come down that way. Come on. So it's having trouble latching on to the mount point because I've got these blocks in here, the little blast door blocks. And they don't take up the full block, but you can mount to them sometimes. So makes it interesting when you're trying to build this kind of stuff. But that's why you're seeing the placement block kind of skittering out a little bit. Alright, so you went to there. Did we not? Yeah, okay. There you go. Now we're going to do the same thing on this side. So this is one of the issues with building in survival, is that we can't use any of the really nice tools like the copy or symmetry build. Everything has to be done manually. But that's okay. Oh, I'm out of steel plates. Let's go get some more. Since all of the crafting stations are turned off, I say we should have a bunch. Moving all the stuff over into one cargo block. Makes it easier to find stuff when we need it. Alright, so that should be good for now. So everybody ready for the holiday with the family, hopefully? Hoping it's you're expecting to have a nice holiday with everyone, regardless of which holiday you may be celebrating. Polarization of the ship going to cause it to move further away from the magnetic field of the Earth. No, it will not, Sharky. If for no other reason than because all of the sections will have their own thruster system on it, which allows you to maintain stability and position. There. 3 weeks off from work. Damn. Congrats. So you are the center block. So we're just going to put a block right here to mark center position for us. So let's go ahead and get the rest of our landing pad stuff in here, because then I can come back and actually do the attachment points that I want on the blocks. In real life, no, for the same reason. Like if you're working on even like the International Space Station, the ISS, they have positional thrusters as well as their RCS systems. And for those who don't know, what a real RCS system does is it's basically a gyroscope that they used torque motion or torque stresses in order to keep things in position. You basically use the force of motion within the gyro to keep the vehicle in place, or to make course corrections as you need to. Fun in zero-G. All right. That's a very gross oversimplification of what the actual process is, but for all intents and purposes, it gets the point. So alright, so that comes out armored. And I don't know what I'm going to do with the center line yet, but what I'm going to do for this portion is, let's go ahead and grab this. Get rid of that for right now. Grab. Transport. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'll take you out. Oh, one too many. There we go. And I'll probably come back and clear out some of this stuff, because we haven't even begun to greeble this thing yet, so I want to get all the sections together before we actually greeble. That way we can tie it all together a little bit better. Hey, no worries, Sharky. Okay, so in theory, yes, you could use the polarization of the ship in order to provide propulsion. You'd basically be doing something like a modified solar sail, or even a hydrogen scoop. You're using basically very small particles to move a ship, to use your mass over time. Not very practical for the volume of mass you're talking about. Could it be done? Yeah, probably. I wouldn't recommend it, though. if you want a really good conversation on the way that things like that work, I definitely recommend checking out Scott Manley over on YouTube. I may actually have a link to him on my channel. He is an astrophysicist. Well, he's actually, I want to say an astronomer, I think, is his official thing. But yeah, his field of study is astrophysics, so he can give you all sorts of fun information about how things in the space programs work. And if you like there's an older game called Kerbal Space Program. If you like, actual Newtonian physics and stuff, definitely worth checking that out. And I'm probably, like I said, I'm probably going to come back and strip all this out to greeble this up a little bit. We'll leave it as it is right now. It's fine. Okay. That's our center line marker. Now, this ship, I have already used probably close to 1 million units, like 1 million ingots of iron on what's been built so far. Maybe a little bit more. I'm producing plates at about 50,000 per cycle. So that's 370, something like 337,000 steel plates. Or ingots, I should say. Iron ingots. So, it's adding up pretty quick. It's a crazy amount of work getting all this stuff together. Again, one of the reasons why I generally like doing these larger builds in... Actually, no. We want you... I usually do these larger builds in creative mode. Ah, crap. Son of a bitch. Come here, you. There we go. Medieval Engineers will be played tomorrow. Yeah, he's kind of... He's in that space where astrophysics meets astronomy. But yeah, like you said, he's more into the quantum side of the house. But yeah, if you're looking for an interesting conversation, he is definitely somebody to talk to. I'd actually like to get to chat with him more. He's from what I have seen, he's a really nice guy. I've only talked to him a couple of times, and every time I've talked to him, it's been a very quick thing. It's not been something I've been able to sit down and actually have an in-depth conversation with him. But whoop. There we go. Why do I feel like we've heard this song already today? And I actually want to move that out one. Alright, so let's go here. We're going to do the same on this side. Oh, that's right. There we go. Alright, and then what that does is it basically gives us a little bit of cover, because the hangar doors are going to be behind the blocks here as well. I just don't know if I want to have them with normal blocks or if I want to take them with, say, like ramps, so we end up with something like that. So we're gonna leave that for now, because that we'll tie that in as part of the greebling eventually. Okay, so I'm gonna have to put We're gonna have to make some cuts in here to put in defense turrets because I want to have a little bit of defense. I want to be able to have some defensive cannons down here. Again, just more of the anti-fighter, anti-missile things. I get to chat with Silver. We don't really get to record much because his schedule is really late my time. Because I think the last time he and I tried to do anything, it was like 1 a.m. my time. He's up at like ridiculously early. So by the time I'm getting up, he's basically calling it a day, and considering we're only like 2 time zones away from each other, it's actually easier for me to record with folks in Europe right now than it is with him. Which is unfortunate, but, you know, is what it is. Alright, so let's go ahead. Ah, crap. Well, a lot of it's because of what's going on for him. He's got a lot going on in his life, so the only time he really has to do YouTubes and, well, right now it's just YouTube stuff. But the only time he really has is ridiculously early in the morning for everybody else. You know, I'm not as young as I used to be. I can't be up at, you know, getting together with people at midnight, 1 a.m. to record for 3 or 4 hours. And then getting up at like 7 or 8 a.m. Maybe once the school stuff is done. Alright. Ah, son of a... Alright, let's go ahead and grab... Ah, son of a bitch! Oh, really? Come on! Alright. Let's go ahead and grab this. Get the last few of these in. Okay. And that gives us our landing pads inside of our hangar space. Like I said, what we will do is I will probably run a line down here. We'll cut some cargo block, or cut some what are they? The conveyor blocks into the floorboard here. We'll run the piping in, and then we'll put walkways down this entire thing to help tie it all together. Poor antique panda. Yeah, he's another good guy to have conversations with. He's a lot of fun. I may need to take out... No, you know what? We'll leave that. Because we're going to have thrusters and things over here. Alright, so... Oh. Wrong block. Alright. Placeholder block. Okay, I'll have to come back through and count all this out again, figure out where our center line is. So that we can get the thrusters and such in. But for now, that will work. How many blocks? Let's go check this thing really quick. I'm gonna see how tall this thing is. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're going from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that right? So you should be at 4, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Damn it, come on. Just kind of get an idea of how much space we're going to have in here. If I need to bring it up a bit, I will. But I'm not sure that's going to be necessary. Because that is a lot of hangar space. Alright, so let's go ahead and grind you out of here. So we're going to do that. Alright, so we just said, what was this, 25? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So if this is 25 long, let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 15, 16, 17, 18, so 33. So that should be our center point. Oh, no worries, Red. Yeah, Sharky was promising videos, huh? Alright, so if you are there, is that right? It looks right. I think that's right. Alright, so what I'm trying to do is I'm basically trying to get see if it's just comes up under window. Yeah, there it is. Armored window blocks. These things are awesome. If you've not seen these, this is actually a newer mod on the workshop. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So here 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so off by one. to make sure that's... Yes, okay. Life is always depressing? Not true. Just usually. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some windows into this thing. And we're going to figure out where we want them. Because now that we know where the center line of the ship is... For those who don't know, center line is right here. Whoop. We can actually start building into some of the other systems like the thrusters and such. Okay, so we said there's 15 to a side, right? With 16 being the center line, so it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then there's another 15, so yeah, okay. So we've got 15. Let's go ahead. We're going to do some more of our green thrusters. One, two, three, four, five. We're gonna do 5 spaces. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, did I do 5 spaces or did I do... Come here, you. Yes, I did 5 spaces and then placed. Okay. Have to make sure because it will not be the first time. It will probably not be the last time that I miscount. That gives us 9 on that side. Now this thing is going to be a beast when it comes to power consumption. So our engineering section is going to be mostly reactors. Awesome, Bloodbane. Have a great day, man. Thanks for stopping in. Again, thank you for the bits. Always appreciate it. Hope you have a fabulous week, buddy. And welcome back, Red. Sorry if I get a little distracted. I think everybody knows I get... When I start building, I just... It's like, ooh, shiny. Except it's building, so... Oh. There we go. So that's good, that's good. We're going to need to cut a few thrusters in somewhere down here. I don't know where we're going to cut those in yet. You know what? Let's do it this way. 1, 2, 3. How close are we to the edge here? So we counted in 6 on that side. That I think is a little too far in. I think I want them centered a little bit better. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if we come back 3, those. We're going to do the same on this side. Alright. That's our center line, so let's go ahead and take this line out. And what we'll do is we'll be able to come back through and center this stuff up a little bit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Technically 11. So if we come back here, now, one of the reasons why I'm using tiered thrusters on this is because I don't want to have, you know, 4 times the thrusters. So would it be too farmy? Oh. Sorry, Demon, I think I seem to be missing something in that joke. Something about being too framey, I'm guessing. It could be a little too framey, yeah. And just to open up that center line a little bit so we can plan a little bit more accordingly. Framey. Alright. So the hangar is actually mostly done at this point. Now it's just building up the walls and building in the utility of the area. And so we've got thrusters. Now the nice thing about having the thrusters done is I can, let's see, you're going to be hidden block. So that's so we can actually take and run conduit there. Okay, so what I'm thinking here is put a conveyor block there, put a conveyor block there. And then what this allows me to do is to put a couple of defense turrets in on the side of the ship as well. Okay, so you're going to be there. You're going to be there. And then we can probably get another couple. One right there. And we'll put one right there, just because we can. Alright, now what we'll be able to do is we'll be able to run conduit either across the conveyors, either across this or remove the blocks behind it. And then everything else that is not those conveyor blocks, we're going to armor up. So you basically end up with this. This is going to be a really heavy ship. Right. Ah, that'd be why it got dark. I'm sitting there going, man, it got dark over here for some reason. Is my light not on? No, my light's not on. I ran out of power. Up into the chair we go. Right. Make sure our ship is not actually moving here. 230 days of power. Because all we're running is the chair and the lights. Oh. Yeah, I'm enjoying the way that this came out, actually. Or is starting to turn out. I think once this is all welded up, closed off, and we have a little bit of a navigational on it, I think it'll be a little bit better. Now, I'm going to be using some of the interior blocks that I've really wanted to use for a while now. Let's see here. Can we get away with... You are there. So I'm thinking that we might do this. Not sure which end is actually up on these blocks. Awesome. So yeah, basically when the blast shields are closed on these are completely airtight. They're windowed blocks with blast shields built into them. So what you can do is when you have them closed, you'll get this little danger pop-up thing that shows up in the bottom of the frame. It's actually really cool. We're going to do another set over here. So when you're looking at it, if you notice the little blue circle there, that is the switch control, and that goes to the right, I believe. Yes. So if you just keep that little blue circle, if you can see it on the right of the block there, keep it to the right, and you should be fine. And part of the reason I want to use these and not the normal blocks that I've been using for Windows is because of the fact that this is a combat vessel. And we're going to... Okay. And I thought it'd be nice to have something that, you know, fit the theme a little bit better. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then okay. So before I do that, see, I almost had more debris floating around over here. All right, so I'm gonna have to come through and remember where I basically measure things out. For right now, I'm not gonna worry about it. Steel plates, no, we're out of steel plates. All right. I want to make sure here, how many, okay, you're still producing stuff. You are done producing stuff. How much are you usually producing? Another 17K, we have 23-ish, okay. I'll probably queue up a bit more when we're done with this portion. So if we do that, this, let's come over here for a second. Go ahead and place those. On there. Right. Just to make sure. Okay. With auto rotation, you never know if things are going to get moved. Alright, so that's 4 and then in. Okay. We're gonna repeat that pattern over here. Because, you know, being able to see outside when you're on a ship, always an important thing. Especially for the folks in the hangar area. And then that's the last one? Okay. Right? Okay. So, I think that's going to go ahead and do it for us for today. I'll continue working on this a little bit off camera. I'm basically just going to repeat what we already built. So we'll have it a little bit more mirrored on the upper and lower section. I'll come back through, put the rest of the defense cannons in, and we'll start looking at ways to wire everything in. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you for stopping in. Hopefully you all have a fantastic day. Sight and space is overrated. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Hope you all have a fabulous day. Have a terrific week. Thank you once again for stopping in, and hopefully we'll see you back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Hey, Shadow, thank you for the follow, buddy. Appreciate that. Welcome to the community. Take care, everybody.